I don't want to be afraid, and I will not be afraid of COVID-19 or what it can do to us.
Tonight, we speak with one local restaurant on how they've been managing to keep their doors open despite weeks of shutdown.
And so this name, Wistox Way, honors women warriors, indigenous women from then and now.
Plus, a change in street name has caused relief to the Spokane tribe after many years put into reach in what they say is a monumental moment.
All that snowfall that we saw today, it's going to be melting pretty soon as our temperatures not just warm up, but we're going to see lots of rain for the back half of this week.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Regina On. Well, it is a topic that is on everyone's mind, the coronavirus vaccine. And here at KREM, we are committed to making sure you get all the answers that you need. So here are 3 things you should know.
I feel excited, and for the first time in a while, I feel hope that there is an end coming to this.
It was almost a year ago that the first U.S. COVID-19 case was reported in Washington State, and today we witnessed the first nurse in the state to become vaccinated. Amy Fry is among a group of frontline workers that were the first in Washington State to receive a shot of the Pfizer biotech vaccine. About 3,900 doses are expected to be distributed around UW Medical Center. In the distribution of the vaccine, 8,700 doses of the vaccine will be coming to eastern Washington, with the most coming to Spokane County. There are 500,000 people in the first group to get vaccinated, known as Phase 1A, and that group includes high-risk healthcare workers, patients, first responders, and staff at long-term care facilities. And in Idaho, they're on track to receive initially at least 13,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine by the end of this week. Nearly 2,000 of those doses will be available in North Idaho, and that's according to the Panhandle Health District. Like in Washington, healthcare staff, COVID patients, and long-term care facility workers are among the first to receive the shot, and the state expects to get another 89,000 vaccines in the second and third shipments. And while these vaccines came to market pretty fast, experts insist they are safe. The vaccines must go through all the independent safety steps a normal vaccine would go through to get that emergency use authorization by the FDA. While a normal vaccine study may have 5,000 people, these trials had between 30 to 60,000 people. There have been no serious adverse events like a heart attack or paralysis, just normal side effects that you would expect with most vaccines. And we know this is a lot of information about the new COVID-19 vaccine. That's why here at KREM, we created the vaccine team. So do you have a vaccine question that you would like answered? Text us your question to 509-448-2000. Now to tracking the latest COVID-19 cases. Spokane Regional Health reporting 226 new cases today. 3 new deaths have been reported. 114 Spokane County residents are currently hospitalized. To date, more than 21,800 cases have been confirmed countywide. And over in North Idaho, the Panhandle Health District is reporting 302 new COVID-19 cases, and that brings the total number of cases to 13,370 since the pandemic began. No new deaths have been reported. Currently, 79 people are in the hospital. New at 11 now. In their last meeting of 2020, Spokane City Council officially approved the name change of Fort George Wright Drive. Local tribe members have been fighting years for this moment. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones spoke with one member that recalls what this journey for change has been like.
Learning from your past means acknowledging previous mistakes. For decades, the name on this road behind me was associated with a dark portion of Spokane's history. Moving forward, it'll acknowledge a rich native culture that existed here long before settlers arrived.
And it's very easy to say. It's Wistox Way. Wistox Way, it's honoring women warriors of then and now.
The quest of removing Colonel George Wright's name from this road has been no easy task. There's been protests, petitions, and people using their voice to make change.
The Red Nation student organization at Spokane Falls Community College tried to make this happen back in the 90s.
Spokane tribe members like Margot Lee Hill have spent years advocating for the name's removal. Now that the moment has come, it's a sign of progression. She believes it's in large part to the social justice movement that's happening throughout the country this year.
When we know better, we do better.
Less than 24 hours after Wistalks Way was made official, Spokane County Golf announced they would be changing one of their courses' names to Leda Creek Golf Course, stating the decision was made after a very intentional process to consider historical and/or cultural significance of a property.
Indian warriors were hung without trial.
Margot says the story behind hangmen needs to be told, but she believes all name changes should be considered on a case-by-case basis. Removing Colonel Wright's name doesn't erase history. Instead, it's focusing on the people that endured those years of oppression.
The issue with Fort George Wright, it was honoring a man who committed genocide.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All right, turning to weather now. We all saw some snow out there, even some rain and also some clouds. It was kind of a mixture of it all. Thomas Patrick joining me now from the Outdoor Weather Center. So Thomas, will the snow and slush freeze throughout the night?
Yeah, it hasn't so far. And really, we've seen it all except the sunshine recently. Yeah. And unfortunately, not a whole lot more in the forecast. But yeah, mostly we got the snow during the morning hours. But here's kind of the weird thing. Between 24 hours ago and now, we got 2 inches of snow in Spokane. And there's actually less snow in our Outdoor Weather Center now than there was 24 hours ago. Our temperatures have been above the freezing mark most of the day today. But here's a sampling of those snow reports. Medellin Falls leading the way at 5.5 inches of snow, officially 2.2 at Spokane Airport throughout the day today. Still a little band of some light snow, especially near the Silver Valley and up towards Sandpoint, but it looks like it might be a rain or rain-snow mix at the coldest at the moment. But that's not going to be an issue tonight. So where's all the snow? It's way out northeast, like the northeast U.S. Areas of Pennsylvania expecting 2 feet of snow over the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, here in the northwest of the U.S., more rain systems on the way. So the snow that's still left over on the ground is going to be melting over the course of this week, and it's not going to refreeze tonight because our temperatures do stay above the freezing mark. So I'll show you how much rain, not snow, rain is in the forecast throughout the rest of this week coming up in a few minutes.
A bipartisan group of senators announced 2 emergency relief bills which would provide nearly $1 trillion in relief to Americans. The package would extend current unemployment benefits for 16 weeks and add a $300 weekly supplement. And it provides $300 billion for relief to small businesses. Among many other needs, there's money for healthcare providers, for K through 12 and higher education, and $16 billion more vaccine costs and COVID testing. Now, the separate relief bill is $160 billion with guarantees that states share the funds with local and tribal governments. But not everyone in Washington is on board with that plan, and the senators say it may take work to get it through the Republican Senate and the White House. Well, some major announcements were made by the Spokane Chiefs and WSU football today when Chiefs fans could see the team back on the ice and why the apple cut may be in jeopardy. Plus, later, statewide restrictions and limitations are forcing some restaurants to make those tough decisions. Coming up, how one community organization is trying to help. And coming up later, we'll share a story you'll only see on KREM 2 News tonight, an update after another dog was shocked on a city sidewalk this week. We'll hear exclusively from that owner.